Hello, this is Jaime Nakach again from Luminati, and welcome to episode 4 of Marketing Fridays. Today we're going to be talking about the CRM and what is a CRM, which is a very important tool for marketing automation, a very important tool for sales and marketing in general. So let me explain to you what a CRM is first, and then I'm going to be giving you 10 different ways that you can actually use a CRM both for sales and for marketing. And today I'm going to be doing this a bit differently because I'm going to be recording my face while I'm also going to be showing you my screen. Alright, so let's get to it. The first thing we're going to be talking about is exactly what is a CRM? What does that even stand for? CRM refers to Customer Relationship Management. And it's usually a software, so software or system. So CRM system or CRM software is a common way to refer to it. It is a system to manage a company's contacts, relationships, and sales opportunities. So it is basically your headquarters for managing everything to do with your sales. But today it's also actually used as a marketing tool as well, and it is also like the epicenter of marketing automation. Why? Because naturally this software also has a lot of amazing features these days that are web-based, that are built into the CRM, that allows you to do really cool marketing related tasks. So let's start first with actually talking about 10 specific ways that you can use a CRM for your sales efforts. The first one would be to create new potential leads or prospect. That simply means saving your contacts in your database so that you have a central place to go look up all your contacts and all the notes related to the contacts. Another thing that you can do is create tasks related to the sales cycle. For example, let's say you talk to someone and you want to make sure that you follow up with them in a week. So you create yourself a task, you assign the task to yourself, so that in 1 week when you go check your tasks on the task list, you'll actually see that today or tomorrow, whatever that day is, you need to actually follow up and call those contacts. You also can then create a note and save all the notes. So when you really think about when you're calling these big companies and they look you up with your name, they're using some type of CRM tool where they look you up by name or by phone number, and then they can read through all the notes of who you are and what it is that they've been doing with you in the past. For sales, one of the things that you can do is keep track of all your sales tasks. This could be follow-up tasks, as well as any emails or any type of communication you've had with the contact, as well as tracking what are called opportunities, which is going to be a point here as well. Another thing you can do is actually schedule appointments or meetings with your contacts, whether they're existing customers or potential clients. There's usually a way to create events or meetings or schedule appointments through a CRM, depending on the CRM that you have. A really popular thing to do with a CRM in terms of sales is to keep track of your sales pipeline. And that means making sure that you know what opportunities you have to potentially sell a service or a product to someone and keep track of it. I'm going to show you how that looks actually here on our CRM. We're using Agile CRM, and through here, if we go to the sales part and we click right here on the left on deals, we're going to be taken to our funnel, our sales funnel. And here we have different opportunities or deals that we're working with. And then, we can easily move them from one place into the other, depending on how we're advancing on the sales process. And that, it's kind of a dashboard to let me know exactly how my sales opportunities or potential sales are looking like. And that's great for sales teams. You can also upload commonly used documents. So let's say that you're constantly sending people a price list, or you're sending them an Excel document to fill out or something like that. You can automatically save them in the CRM and then send them through the CRM quickly without having to go look for them on your computer. So that's a great tool as well. What I just showed you about keeping track of the deals is also related to managing the sales cycle. So yes, you can create the deals first, that's step one. And then you can actually look at these columns that are different parts of the funnel, and then you can move those deals through the sales cycle. Number 8, you can actually produce and review analytics and reports based on how your sales team is doing. You can see how many opportunities have been won or deals, or how many have been lost, and you can keep track of everything through reporting. Another thing you can do is score your leads, and that really means assigning a specific numeric value to a specific contact. There's different ways to do it. You can either do it manually by assigning or adding points to that contact. And here, for example, I'm showing you Dan Lieberman, from Holomex. So here, I assigned manually a score of 51. Okay, why? Because I've already met with the contact. I think he's a potential customer, so I've assigned them a score. A score is basically a way to keep track of who's your best potential client or who's not. So it's a great way to determine where you should focus your time. One of the ways that you can increase that lead score automatically is by tracking what websites people are visiting on your website, and then automatically add 1 point every time they visit each page. So that's a great tool. And finally, number 10, to automatically call or send SMS messages. Of course, again, this is for sales purposes. So if I go here and, let's say I click here in Dan's information, once I load all the contact information, if I had my system set up, I could actually click a button here that will send an SMS directly to him. In this case, I don't have a phone number saved for him, so I cannot show you that. Plus, I actually haven't set up Twilo, which is one of the SMS integrations that works with Agile CRM, but technically I could send SMS messages from here, which is great. Another thing that I'm showing you right here is actually the timeline. In this specific software, a timeline is what lets you see a 360-degree view of everything that's happening with your client. So you can see notes, deals added, emails that you've sent to them. You can actually track whether the emails have been opened or not, any tags that you assign to the contact. And you can see it's like a timeline. You can see the dates of everything that we've done with this client. This is a pretty recent potential client, so the history doesn't go back as far as many months. Here on the right, you actually can see on QuickBooks that we have an invoice for him. If there was any Stripe payments, we could also see any credit card payments through here. So that's just a little overview of some things that you can do in terms of sales. And now let me move on to 10 things that you can do with CRM in terms of marketing. So one of the obvious ones might be email marketing, and in this case it's sending email marketing one-on-one as opposed to just mass email marketing, let's say newsletters. So if I wanted to send email actually right now to Dan, I would go in here, I would click his email address, and in this case I've already saved and pre-created a lot of templates. So instead of having to manually write an email, and this is why this is an amazing tool, I can literally just pick an email from the list of templates that I created, like following up, in this case with Dan. Hi Dan, hope you're doing great, blah, blah, blah. And then I can just say, send, and it'll send the email. And of course it'll track it if he opened it or if he clicked on any links. So that's a great tool. And that's for one-on-one communication. Number 2 would be, of course, marketing automation, which is the biggest thing I like about the CRMs. And I did show you in previous videos how that looks like, but let me show you again. So if we go to the marketing part and we click on campaigns, you could create complex, what I called non-linear email marketing automation flows. So in this case, let's look at this one, requesting reviews from clients, which is the same one I keep showing everyone on past videos. So here we can see actually a complex flow of how automated email campaign would flow. First it'll send an email, then it'll check whether it got opened or not, then it might wait 5 or 7 days, and then it'll check whether any links within the email were clicked or not. And if they were clicked, you might send them to a different automation flow, and if it didn't click, you might send them another email with a reminder. That's an example for marketing automation, which also includes here what I call the advanced workflows. Why? Because as part of this, you can actually check whether a specific contact has been tagged, let's say manually, and based on maybe some manual tags that your sales team or marketing team put on this contact, you can have some other things get triggered. Or you can also check whether he visited a specific web page or not, and if he did, then you might send them to a different workflow. And again, this is not necessarily just for marketing, but more of a business workflow within the CRM. Then lead scoring, we've already just spoken about lead scoring actually through sales, and I showed you that number. So that's something that can be automated in terms of marketing based on the emails that you send. When you send out an email, there could be links. When those links are clicked and takes people to your business website, you can track all of the web activity. And that leads me to the next point, email tracking of opens, clicks, and other related stuff in terms of tracking how people are opening and interacting with your emails. Number 5, social media profiles integration. So you can actually come in here and get an actual view of, for example, your contact's Twitter feed, so that you can see what that person is up to. So let me look up, in this case, Dan. Okay, so I'm going to look up Dan, and here to the right I have set up the Facebook or Twitter integration so that it'll match up anybody whose name is Dan Bowie on Facebook, and we'll look him up. In this case, I know this is not Dan, so I will not add it to it. On Twitter, it actually didn't find anybody with that name. Otherwise, it would pull up here, and then you could see their Twitter feed, so that when your sales or marketing team is looking at a contact, they can actually see also what these people who are your contacts or potential clients are doing online, right? To get a better view of them. Another thing is contact level analytics. So that turns back into clicking, for example, into the web statistics. If there were any web activity here, you would see here a list of all the websites that actually been visited by this user, up to exactly how many seconds they spent on each page, from which page they clicked into what other page. So it's pretty phenomenal what you can do. Like I said, you can also, for marketing purposes, be sending either a one-time SMS, or you can also send a mass campaign of SMS or text messages, which is a great thing for marketing. Of course, if used well and with moderation. Number 8, this isn't exactly part of the CRM, but in this case, on Agile CRM, they do have a great tool for creating landing pages. So here, if we go to the left, under the marketing, we can come in here, and we can actually create a landing page and then publish it on a subdomain, which is pretty good. I'm going to just load up pretty quickly what the page builder looks like. This is, of course, competing against unbounds.com, leadpages.net. This is a very simple form, just for illustration purposes, where you can put your logo, you can put maybe some links in here, a contact form, which is what you want people to fill out for conversion, and maybe some information. All right, so some CRMs like this one are trying to integrate all the possible marketing tools into one. So that could be another added benefit of using a CRM. Push notifications are actually just kind of like when you see a pop-up on your phone where you get a notification on your phone. Now some of those can actually be created onto a website. Sometimes if you go look at a website, you might click on something and you might actually get a pop-up notification saying, hey, can you allow for us to send you a bunch of notifications? And of course, those could be probably annoying, but let me show you how those look like. It basically looks just like a pop-up. Hey, do you want to find new leads from LinkedIn? This is just an example down here of how Agile CRM is sending push notifications to your website. And finally, web engagement, pop-ups, forms, and coupons. So this notification isn't exactly a typical pop-up, but a pop-up would be more like a real pop-up of what you expect, saying, hey, get 20% off if you click on here and you sign up to our newsletter. So that's something that these guys also let you do through their software. There isn't here something that I could show you, but think about any of the regular pop-ups you see on any website that you visit, and that's an additional, let's call it, marketing tool that in this case you can create and manage through the CRM. So, I wanted to keep this short. This is why I'm talking super fast like crazy. I wanted to keep this video super short, but definitely give you an idea of what things are out there in terms of marketing. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. All right, bye-bye.